Still respond to my voice. Step up. Get up. Oh. Oh, a little bit. Good boy. Oh. Oh.
So how many commands do they know?
4 commands pretty much. G and haul, which is right and left, and then roll and stand still, boys. I won't say the other word. It ends with up. And I used to say back up when I want them to back, but I've decided to drop that, and so now you'll hear me say get up or step up or move up. Anything that ends with up, and then when I get ready to go backwards, it's always just back. Back, back, back. Whoa. Try to keep them from getting signals confused.
Do you find that you have to use a specific tone of voice or volume?
I do. Some people say that they can hear well, and I think they probably can, but I usually try to use a pretty firm and not sharp, but a firm voice.
Is there a limit to the number of commands that a horse can remember? Like dogs, they say, can only remember so many words.
That's a good question. I've never really heard the number, but actually, like for these horses, I'm saying that they know about 4 or 5, and I can't really say whether they could learn more or not.
And how long did it take you to train them the 4 or 5 that they know?
I would say several years, but it's the kind of thing that you really try to keep in the habit of doing it all the time.
And what do your horses in particular like to do if they're not working?
Rolling. No, they love to be out grazing. Even in bad weather, they'll graze. In hot weather, they'll graze. They'll come in under the shade for a few minutes and then go back out and graze. So they really are grazing animals, and that's what they'll do if they're not thinned out.
When you had your third horse, did you find that they would help train each other?
Yes, certainly. In fact, that's the way I trained Maverick, the one on the right, simply by putting him in different positions. Whoa, Maverick. Seems like I have a little more work to do. He doesn't want to stand right now. But put him in different positions and work him in each of the different positions to do different things. Obviously, if he's on the right-hand side and you're turning right, he's got to step around shorter. And the same thing on the left. And when you're plowing, the right-hand horse is walking in the furrow, and that's usually something that's a little more difficult for the horse to learn. But we've done him a number of years now walking in the furrow, and he seems to do pretty well with it now.
So we talked earlier about giving the horses treats after they're done, kind of like you give a dog when it obeys a command. Could you tell that story again?
Yeah, I could. I do try to give them a verbal compliment. I'm not sure they really understand it, but we did decide to stop giving them sweet treats or treats out of the hand simply because they would walk up and they would expect it from every person that came up to pet them. So it's not that we don't want them to have treats, but they get to where they would nuzzle at anybody's pocket looking for a treat. So we prefer to just try to feed them well when they're at home, and then have them in the mode to work when they're out in the field.
And what's the most interesting thing about these two horses that people wouldn't think?
Well, that the one on the right, Maverick, was actually originally trained as a dressage horse. Whoa, Maverick. And but he's now a good farm workhorse, which if you know anything about dressage, you know they do side steps, so you can tell in his work, even out in the field, that he knows how to sidestep better than some other horses.
Anything interesting about Jim?
Jim is the good traditional plow horse. If you know anything about older horses and working at a slow pace, and the way that I assume you would want to have a plow horse work if you're walking behind them, whoa, that's Jim's personality. As you can see, Maverick's the one pulling on me now. He wants to keep going, but Jim is perfectly happy to stand there all day long and doze.
Well, thank you very much for coming out today. I know the guests have enjoyed it, and it's been educational for us as well.